But there was something you said there, Mark, that I think is very, very important, that you need to make deals with your relationships.
Yes.
And you need to make sure that they are what they are.
Yes.
Right? So I think that's really important. You've got to actually sit down with your wife, partner, whatever significant other, make sure that your goals are aligned, the discussions have been had, and the agreement is there. And the second part, I think, is you need to surrender to the work. And a lot of people don't, especially when they first start. They get in the boxing ring of entrepreneurship and they don't expect to get punched in the face. And when they do get punched in the face, they're like, what the hell was that? That wasn't in the book, or that wasn't in the seminar. In fact, it was. You just didn't realize that it was actually going to happen and hurt. And, as Alex Hormozi again says, of course it's hard. Like, learn to love the hard. Stop getting, sad. First time you get pain, you move away from it. But experienced entrepreneurs lean into it. And actually, like James said, what's the biggest, hardest thing on this list? And I'm going to crush that. And not only crush it, I'm going to, because in your evolution as an entrepreneur, if I was to look back and people say, geez, Adam, your standards are so high, look at the podcast, you spent, all this money in here doing this stuff, it's because what I learned is that when I was younger, I was a marketing person. You go and you learn all the techniques for like clicks and, headlines and copywriting. Or you go and put in the effort to make a genuinely great product, which is hard work. Most people want to spend 10 hours on the product and then go to seminars and spend 100 hours learning marketing. And then you've got to be a marketer for the rest of your life. Or you can spend 1,000 hours on the product. And like what we've done here, people see the podcast and they go, wow, these guys have put in the money. They've hired the right people. They've had the conversations. There's somebody sitting there who really, really cares about every aspect of what's in the pod, the way that it's done, how are we different, constantly pushing. And that's just this, right? Like that runs across all my businesses. But that level of obsession is what makes great. And when you've got great, then you can back off on the marketing. But it does require deals to be made with your spouse. It requires daily conversations with your staff. Like I'm constantly talking to the guys here that are in the studio recording and editing and doing the stuff. This is why we're going for this standard. And I told them before they started the job, don't join us if you just want to be a sit in the corner type of job. We're trying to take on the best podcast in the world and win. And that is not easy, because I've got a massive respect for the people at the top of this game. It is hard. You've got to be so committed. But that's the same story across the toilets business, everything. So, but then you've got to surrender to the work. Don't expect that outcome and then fight the work. If you want the outcome, you've got to surrender. James has just surrendered to the fact, I have to get up at this time, I go to the gym, I do it, it's hard, and I love it and don't feel sorry for me.
We had a shit show last week, and it was just like, fuck, again, at this point of a turnaround, it's like, a few things happened with our complete front-end funnel. We'll call it a policy violation, if you will, and then the next step from that is getting your accounts banned, and that is a major fuck-up. Especially when you got...
your ad accounts.
Yeah, and especially when you've got like 12 direct mouths that eat out of your business, and probably indirectly... No, a partner and a child, it's probably 45 mouths eat out of that business. It was like, fuck, I need to do something, and it needs to happen now, and I'm the only guy that's going to do it, and it needs to happen right now. And I woke up at 2:15 in the morning, because I found out the night before, and said, just fucking roll up, bite down, and just get it done. And that went back through to about 10 or 11 that night. Had a... Get everything, plate from new funnels, new domain setup, new fucking copy, all the comms rewritten, Calendly this, I've got this consultant, that consultant, you're just spinning all the plates, plus rewriting a lot of the, writing all the comms in the back end of a full-scale funnel. So at 11 o'clock that night, I dropped off for a couple of hours sleep, woke up at 2 again the next morning to make sure that consultant over in Portugal had done his piece for my guy to clock on at 6 that morning to get it done, to get submitted to the ad guys on Thursday, because the public holiday was Friday, which means I needed ads running on Thursday, not fucking, otherwise it would have been today they started running. This is nearly a week down. So it's like, this is just bite down and get it done.
And that's the reality.
And I got it done. And at the end of it, I was like, fuck yeah, that was like, whew. knocked out, but it was like, I had a win. I felt pretty pumped after
Did you, how many ice baths did you get in there in podcast episodes? Exactly, right? That's my point. You got to surrender that sometimes your routine is just, it's like having a baby. You got a plan, you got a baby, fuck your plan.
I was just about to say, I can give you guys a different perspective on all of this because I'm seeing it at the moment. But, you know, hearing you guys describe your entrepreneurship journey kind of reminds me of
parenting.
It's Dom's journey at the moment.
Yeah.
Right. It's a mother's journey. Right.
That's Mark's wife, by the way.
Yeah. It's exactly the same as what basically I'm seeing Dom have to go through, but it's just every single night, and it's relentless. Right. So, you know, I think the point is, whether it be children, entrepreneurship, if there's anything out there of pure value, it requires this kind of commitment.
Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that episode of Unemployable. If you want to watch another clip, click here, or if you want to see the full episode, click here. Bye for now.